We fought savagely through the night, and when morning came, there were but four of us left. The hill we were ordered to take reduced to rubble. We should have been among those who had died. Less than 2 more weeks and I would be home. The routine of getting ready to depart seems almost as hectic as getting ready to deploy. Of course, the destinations couldn't be more different. Before I would deploy again, my family will have grown by one. With some time off, I took myself to one of the markets. As usual, it was a crowded and busy affair, merchants and shoppers haggling, people just wandering from shop to shop, products and produce being unloaded and rearranged. At our particularly busy shop, I was shoved from the side by a merchant moving a table, causing me to accidentally bump into a woman on my left. She was dressed in the blackest nightcap I'd ever seen. As I turned to apologize, a chill came over me, then terror. She turned to meet my gaze, and then her eyes pierced mine. Some instinct we are all born with let me know instantly who she was. She was death. She gestured toward me, almost touching me on my chest. I recoiled from her, fear gripping every part of me. I nearly ran the whole way back to base. For the remaining days before returning home, I only left my pod for meals, roll call, and only when my presence was absolutely required or ordered. The day I was anticipating arrived and I departed. Even with the vast distance between home and Baghdad, I couldn't shake the feeling I felt that day in the market. With the baby coming, I made a commitment that I would live long enough to see him or her to adulthood. This would mean taking precautions, careful planning, minimizing risks, and foregoing some simple pleasures people take for granted. At work on the base, I gained a reputation for being the most safety-conscious soldier. I triple-checked my gear before every evolution and then checked it again right before having to use it. On the road, I was a model of safe driving, much to the annoyance of the members of the carpool, who had to be on board 25 minutes earlier than they were used to. 25 minutes accounted for not going over the posted speed limits. I drove my wife crazy with my insistence on reading every warning, caution, and danger label of every product we purchased before using them, and on several occasions, calling the manufacturers to point out inconsistencies or discrepancies in their labeling or instructions. On vacations, I knew all the statistics involving the risks of every type of leisure activity and passed on most of them. Even with all the precautions I took to be safe, I could never rest easy. Death was out there, just waiting for me to slip up. The arrival of the baby was a happy moment, but the normal concern and worry for every little thing about their baby that parents felt was amplified for me. As she grew older, I did my best to keep her from participating in any dangerous sports. But as my research would conclude, any sport has its particular perils that you just can't predict or control. Eventually, she just defied me and started participating in almost every dangerous sport her school or community recreation center offered. The bit of irony in this is that when I was her age, I loved playing the same sports she did. Now, watching her from the stands, my heart could stop at any moment from worry. She finished her high school playing days with no more than a few bruises and scrapes. She graduated with a scholarship to play soccer at an out-of-state college. In college, she met her husband, and a few years after graduating, they had two very rambunctious boys. After evading death for so many years, I was now an old man in my 80s. I still took my now routine precautions every day. Most friends and family have passed on. My daughter's children, 4 total now, are all young adults, and I just recently heard I will be a great-granddad. Retired for some time now, I spend my days taking walks or reading. On this particular day, I've decided to walk over to the farmer's market in town. At a particularly busy fruit stand, I was shoved from the side by a merchant moving a table, causing me to accidentally bump into a woman on my left. She was dressed in the blackest business suit I had ever seen. As I turned to apologize, I instantly recognized who she was. After a fleeting feeling of terror, I relaxed and smiled. I guess you finally caught up with me. Funny, I don't remember doing anything unsafe today. She smiled at me and asked, "What do you mean?" "That day in Baghdad," I replied. Oh, I remember, yes. I was just surprised to meet you there. And was about to let you know about our appointment in the future. 65 years from then.